Thank you, Jobber, for sponsoring today's video.
I'll tell you right now, I never wanted to be a painter. Now, that was not the plan that I had for myself. My goal was to live in a van with a bunch of my buddies until my band got signed, and then from there, we'd make history, right? That was the plan, but the universe had their plans for me instead of that. So basically, I had my first kid at about 20 years old. I didn't have a job. I just came straight back from tour. Basically, then when I got back, I had my daughter within months of being back from tour. So I had to tell my band, I can't keep doing this. I can't live on the road. I need to be a dad. Basically, I had to get a job. I had a buddy of mine, he had a stepdad who ran a little paint business in our small little town. I asked him, hey, you think your stepdad would hire me? So he said, hey, show up on Monday. And I showed up on Monday. I had no experience at all. And basically, they just kind of threw me in with the sharks. This was like a small little just operation. It was more of like a handyman operation, not necessarily like a painting operation, but I did get a lot of jobs and I learned a lot. And I made some money, enough money to put some food on the table. So I built some skills, you know what I mean? Some skills. So basically then I went and worked for another paint company. Again, not what I wanted to be doing, but I had to do something, and those were the skill set that I had. So I went to work for another company, and it was like a custom company where they did everything like top of the line. In fact, that was the name of the company. It was top of the line. There, I tried to pull as much info as I could for some of the top dogs that have been doing it for 20, 30, 40 years, try to learn exactly how you really paint, because I could paint, but I didn't really know how to paint. So working at that company for a couple of years, I really learned the ins and outs of paint, at least as much as you can in 2 years or so. A situation where they were always laying me off, and around Christmas time, November, because it's slow season, times get tough and it gets slow and you're low on the totem pole, you're the first to go. But for me, I still had my own paint tools and I had a little bit of knowledge, got some paint jobs, and then eventually met a couple contractors, me and my buddy, and while we were laid off, he kind of supplied us with about a year's worth of work, and we signed on, and I've been doing it ever since. Now we're here, now we're painting every day, and now we're teaching people how to run paint businesses. And I want to tell a little story about when I first started out and I was grinding it out, just super grinding it out, getting as many jobs as I could by word of mouth, by advertising, by door flyers, by the internet, by using all the methods that I always talk about on this channel. And I was getting jobs, but I didn't have any help. I was just one guy with some tools, with some ladders and whatnot. And I went out there and I got those jobs done. Well, there was one job, it was a big two-story. I probably should have called in some help. I was on a roof and I had to bring a ladder up onto the roof to access another section of the roof. And this is kind of where all of the problems began, because I have this crick in my neck and I've had it for a very long time, and it's all because of this, So anyways, I put the ladder up on the roof to reach this next tier. The ladder slips out, it falls, I fall back, ladder falls on top of me, I hit my shoulder, I blow out a whole bunch of tiles. Owner comes running out, what the hell happened? I tell him, hey, the ladder fell. I did break some tiles though, as I'm completely out of breath, feeling like I'm dying. And I say, oh no, it's fine, ladder just broke, I just need a couple tiles. He had a couple tiles, so I replaced those tiles and it was all good, but a lesson was learned. Don't ever be on a big giant job that you can handle, but if it's not safely able to be handled, then maybe you need to call in some help, and you got to pay what you got to pay. To this day, 20 years later, I have this crick in my neck and it really is bugging me, but it is what it is. Nowadays it's a lot easier because I just really got to do mostly the estimating. I'm not really on site doing a lot of painting, and by doing my estimating, it's easy. Nowadays I could even push it off to an employee because I got it pretty dialed in thanks to the help of some software that I use. And the software I talk about a lot on this channel, it's called Jobber. I really like Jobber because it allows me to do everything on every job from the beginning until end. I can send estimates, I can invoice, track all my expenses on there. It's beautiful. I can do it from my phone, I can do it from anywhere. And I really do like Jobber, and I've been using Jobber now for almost 2 years and I have no complaints, honestly. I've used some other CRMs. Some of them are real clunky. They don't really work well. They work maybe well on an iPhone, but they're not working well on an Android, or the desktop version works well, or the mobile version's kind of garbage. But with Jobber, I've noticed that both the desktop platform and the cell phone platform is amazing. Not to mention they do this great events, which they have coming up, is Jobber Summit, where they have a bunch of speakers come in. It's a free online event. Click the link in the description below and that'll take you right to where you guys can go. I'm gonna be there. If I would have been putting back into the company and back into myself, I would have really realized that I needed to have someone there to help me and not to fall and hurt my neck and get to the point where I feel like I want to quit. Even though I'm not gonna quit, we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna get some more people out in the field estimating. That way I could just run the behind the scenes stuff more, because my body doesn't want to do it anymore, and that's okay. So if you guys want to join the Jobber Summit with me, help out your business and just get some more knowledge, some more knowledge, you know, and it's all about self-care. You got to spend some time on yourself to make sure that you're prepared to get out there and run your business the way it needs to be ran. So take care of yourself, get some more knowledge, you guys. Come join me at Jobber Summit this year. Click the link below if you want. There's 2 different sessions. There's a bunch of speakers, tons of value and tons of knowledge. I'm not gonna miss it. So come join me and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.